This morning, the start of what could be a watershed moment for Erik and Lyle Menendez. The brothers expected to appear virtually today in a Los Angeles courtroom.
In 1989, Beverly Hills was rocked by a crime so brutal, so unexpected, it seemed ripped from a Hollywood script. Two wealthy brothers, Lyle and Erik Menendez, shot their parents to death in cold blood. But why? Was it for the inheritance? Revenge? Or was it something darker? This is the story of how privilege, power, and pain collided in one of America's most shocking family murders. Stay with us as we dive deep into the chilling case of the Menendez brothers. José and Kitty Menendez were living the American dream. José, a successful Hollywood executive, had worked with big names like RCA and Hertz. And Kitty, once a teacher, became a homemaker devoted to their two sons. Lyle and Erik seemed to have it all: wealth, a Beverly Hills mansion, and access to the best education money could buy. But behind closed doors, things weren't as perfect as they appeared. On the night of August 20th, 1989, police received a frantic 911 call.
What's the problem?
Erik Menendez was screaming.
What's the problem? What's the problem? Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? What?
Somebody killed my parents. Officers arrived at the Menendez mansion to find a gruesome scene. José had been shot point blank in the head. Kitty had been shot multiple times, so violently that parts of her face were unrecognizable. There was no sign of forced entry, no evidence of robbery. But something didn't sit right. Despite their emotional performances at the funeral, suspicions began to grow. Over the next several months, Lyle and Erik started spending money lavishly: luxury cars, Rolex watches, and even a restaurant investment. Detectives began to connect the dots, but the break came when Erik, racked with guilt, confessed to his psychologist, Dr. Jerome. That confession, though confidential, eventually reached the police through Ozil's mistress. In 1993, the first trial of the Menendez brothers became a media circus. Cameras in the courtroom broadcast every tear, every testimony. The defense made a shocking claim. The murders weren't about money, they were about survival. Lyle and Erik accused their father of years of physical and sexual abuse. Their mother, they claimed, turned a blind eye. The jury was torn. Two deadlocked mistrials followed, but in the 1996 retrial, the emotional abuse defense didn't land the same way. The second jury found both brothers guilty of first-degree murder. They were sentenced to life in prison, without the possibility of parole. The Menendez case split public opinion. Were they spoiled brats who killed for inheritance? Or were they abused children who finally snapped? Over time, support for the brothers has grown online, especially on TikTok and Instagram, where Gen Z users sympathize with their alleged abuse. Some believe they deserve a second chance. Today, Lyle and Erik are in separate California prisons. Despite being incarcerated, they've found purpose. They've pursued education, led support groups, and even reunited briefly through video calls in 2018. They've also spoken out about mental health, abuse, and regret, but their sentences remain unchanged. The Menendez case asks us to look beyond the headlines. What does justice mean when pain runs deep behind closed doors? Can we ever truly know what happens within a family? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe the brothers acted out of greed or out of trauma? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more true crime deep dives. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.